Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. So I have literally just woke up, well, kind of, I'll explain where I am, but this is why my hair's a bit lumpy and I look a bit like swollen. Oakley's crying because I'm talking to no one. If you are new, and my dog doesn't like me vlogging. It's a very odd process. Anyway, so just got up. I've just finished doing my journaling. I think that's what I'll call it because I don't want to just call it affirmations because I do loads of different things. If you are new, this is something new that I'm trying to get into my morning routine to try and help me feel better in the morning and to keep me off social media for a little while. So I have I've chosen an affirmation for the day and wrote that down 10 times. I have wrote 3 things that I'm grateful for and I have wrote my to-do list for today. But today's a bit of a weird one. I'm not entirely sure what today's going to be like. Jack is at work, and I know if you're a subscriber, I know I've mentioned before that I'm sorry that I always vlog when like Jack's at work and I'm at home all day. But I was thinking today, I was like, well, maybe that's nice. Maybe that's a nice time to like always check in with you guys and always do a vlog because I don't always do vlogs. I thought it might be a nice like regular thing that whenever Jack's at work, well, not whenever Jack's at work because Jack goes in like once every 2 weeks, but whenever he's at work, it might just be a nice time to do a vlog and to catch up with you guys. So hello, Jack is at work today and we're just going to do a day at home vlog. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing today. I don't actually have that much work to do, so I think there's going to be a little bit of dog training in there. I think I'm going to chuck some stuff in because Oakley, we've just been lacking on it a little bit essentially. He needs his breakfast and we're actually going to do some stuff for separation anxiety, which I'll talk you through a little bit later because like I said, I am only just waking up. So I have my Rain. Rain is the only energy drink I drink. They're the only ones that I like the flavour of. So I've got my Rain, I've just had my protein bar. I'm going to sit and chill for a little bit. I think I'm going to go on social media, like, I don't know, I'm trying to like feel cozy about the days that I'm not going to the gym, because if you guys are new, I haven't been feeling great recently. I did a whole video talking about it and it's literally called I'm Not Happy, but I'm trying to kind of like start romanticizing my life and just not feeling pressure to do certain things on my days that I'm not at the gym and to just do what I want to do. I'm very, very fortunate that I don't have like a job where I have to go somewhere. I can literally just work whenever, wherever I want. So I'm just gonna chill and feel really like happy that I'm at home, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully he'll stop crying once I finish vlogging. But I just wanted to start it now because I wanted it to be like the whole day. So yeah, this is the start of the vlog. I hope you guys enjoy it and I shall catch up with you in a little while. I have chucked some clothes on. We're gonna ignore this. I want no judgment because we're gonna do Oakley's breakfast. So like I said, we're doing some separation anxiety stuff. Let me talk you through it whilst I weigh out his food. Jack's got his steamer just left out on the kitchen bench, so let's just move that, shall we? Right, scales. Hey, baby. We have been lacking with the separation anxiety stuff, I'm not gonna lie. It's the type of thing where, where's his ball? Sorry, getting distracted, hang on. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better and it can focus on me a bit more. It's the type of thing where we get disheartened, so we don't want to do it, or sometimes we just can't be bothered because obviously it requires us leaving the house and sometimes we don't want to leave the house. So, but I'm wanting to get it better because I'm hoping something's coming up next year with Jack's work where he might have to like go away for like 2 weeks, a week, and I would love to be in a position in that time to leave him because I don't want to have to not go to the gym for like 2 weeks or give him to my grandparents every day. So I've asked well, me and Jack have kind of said, right, let's just, I don't know, good boy, get better at it essentially. Let's just get over ourselves, make sure we're doing it every single day. So the way that we are doing it is we have decided we're gonna let him out of his crate. He is old enough now. If he was a puppy, I don't think we'd do this. We wouldn't have faith in him. But we're gonna let him out of his crate and use the living room as his space. So we make sure that everything is out of the way, that he can't get anything he's not meant to, essentially. He's obviously, there is stuff that he could get to if he wanted to. He could rip up his bed, he could rip up the settee, but I'm pretty confident he's not gonna do that. But we have set up cameras in the living room. We've had a camera on his crate for ages. No, little man, we're doing a hunt, you gotta go out. I'm gonna talk to you whilst I'm doing this because I would like to get his food sorted. So, yeah, we've had a camera on his crate for ages, like for ages. But we have set one up in the corner of this room because the camera has literally just been placed like into his crate, which is in this corner. But obviously that means we can only see his crate, so we put a camera in this side of the room and then in this side of the room, so we can see basically everywhere he is, make sure he's not doing anything naughty, and obviously to make sure that he's not crying as well. So we've done that, and we're hoping, because basically I understand that when they're younger and stuff, that crates are really good and crates give them like a sense of like closeness and stuff, but I just don't like the idea of, if we leave him for like an hour, him not being able to move about. He's a very active dog, so I just didn't like the idea of it, and then I'm hoping this might help him a little bit as well. If we're wrong, we're wrong, and we'll put him back to just his crate. So what we are doing is using his meals to leave the house, because it's the only thing that distracts him. And I know a lot of people will be like, use a Kong. Doesn't work. Doing any type of brain game doesn't work. The only thing that distracts him is his food, and he's crying because he wants to be in the room, he's fine, and doing something with his food. So we do either what I'm doing now, which I'll explain in a second, or his puzzle ball, which is just a ball with holes in and he's got to like knock it, or just his food in his bowl, but frozen. But that's the type of stuff that we do. The one that I'm doing today is a treasure hunt, so the food is dispersed around the room in different places. He has to use his nose. He absolutely loves using his nose, it's his favorite thing to do. He absolutely loves snuffle, so it's just around the room, and we let him in here and then we leave the house as quickly as we can whilst he's doing that. We watch on the cameras. Jack did it yesterday where he did his entire food, waited 1 minute and then came back in. This is new. We've been doing it with just in him in his crate for a while, and we got up to like 5-6 minutes, but because this is kind of like he needs to figure out what to do himself, we're not doing it for that long. Yesterday Jack said that he actually went into his crate, which is brilliant, because the other times that we've done it, he's just sat at the door and waited for us to come in, which isn't ideal. We want him to relax rather than just be like on edge. So that's what we're doing. We're not up to the part where he can play with his toys and stuff like that. He needs to get comfortable with us leaving the house, but right now this is what we're gonna do. I'm literally just gonna sit out on the front wall. We have to make sure that he hears the door closing and the gate closing, otherwise he knows that we're still here. So I'll go sit out on the front wall, watch on my phone. But yeah, that's what we are doing. I am gonna go out now. I think I'll just use phone clip footage for going out because my street's a bit judgmental, so I don't want to be out there with my vlogging camera. But anyway, I'm gonna let him in now and see how he does. So I'm out on the wall. He is currently just doing his food. I'm sitting watching on the camera, but yeah, just sitting outside. It's a lovely day today. It's absolutely lovely. So it's not the worst thing to be sitting on a wall. Okay, I'm back in. He didn't relax, but I was actually worried he was gonna cry, so I only left him a minute. I started the timer from when I knew he'd been in all the spots that I put the food in. He's scratching because I think ones went like too far under the settee, but from when I was like, he's been in all of the parts and he like looked at the door, like the door to get out. So I was like, right, okay, he's realized that I'm not here. I started the timer from then, and he kept standing and just staring at the door, and then he'd go and see if he could find more food, and then he'd stand and just stare at the door. So he didn't relax, but the last thing I want him to do is to get to the point where he's crying, because if I come in when he's crying, we don't want that. And I don't want him to get to the point when he's crying. Even if it's like just before, I just don't want him to cry. That's the aim. So yeah, I thought I'd show you how it looks on the cameras. We use cameras called Emu. I think that's how you pronounce it. You can hear me, hang on. It might be Imo. It's I-M-O-U. I will link them below because we got them from Amazon and they're both that brand, so they work quite well together and they're really, really affordable. So we have one that is designed to be a dog cam, so it can move, you can speak through it, you can hear through it, it has night vision. And then we have one that was actually meant for the outside of the house. We bought that for the outside of the house, but we can't get it up yet because where we want to put it, we need like ladders that we don't know anybody that has those ladders. So we thought whilst we're figuring out how to get it up, we'll use it for this, and it works really, really well. So this is the, let's see if I can get it focused. This is the dual view. So I am here, if you can see me moving my arm. And then his crate is there, so we can see there are blind spots that we need to figure out, like we can't actually see his bed, which is here. But we can see the entranceway, which is where he normally lies, his crate, which is where he normally goes to sleep, and the settee and the puffy, which is kind of the areas that we're most worried about him actually doing anything. So this is the dual view. You can also just like look at one view if it's going to do it. I don't know if you can actually do it that way. This is like the main menu, and then you can like click on the main one, and then if you do it that way, it will go full screen. Both of them have what's it called, mics, so you can hear from both of them. You can also turn on things like alerts, like if it recognizes a person, if it recognizes movement, if the sound goes over a certain amount of decibels that you can set. And I think there's something else, but I can't remember what. We don't have the alerts set on because obviously he moves all the time. But the decibel thing we do have set up, so we know if he's crying, if we have left him. We haven't left him in a long time, but that's how we used to know that he was crying. The only, I would say, downsides to this is it's kind of like a very, very basic thing. There is a lot of stuff you've got to pay for if you want it. Like if you want if you want storage, you have to pay for that. On the outdoor one, I think there's space for a memory card that you can put in, so you don't have to pay for cloud storage. But I think on the dog cam, you have to pay for cloud storage if you want that. You don't have to pay for like the base level. We don't pay for anything, and we can see all of that. But I think for like facial recognition, you have to pay for it. There are a lot of stuff that you have to pay for extra if you want it. But if you're just wanting to use them in the way that we're using them, where you just want to look at it live, they're really, really good. And like I say, we got them from Amazon. I'm sorry that he's scratching. I'll help him once I've finished. Aye! That's a bit excessive, little man. They're really, really affordable, like cheaper than Ring cameras and things like that. So I'll leave the Amazon links below. But that's it, done. Other training that I think I want to do today is I want to do some, yeah, I know, you can't get your food. I'll help you in a second. I know, it's annoying, but I've got to work. Anyway, I think I want to do some like knocking on the door training, because Jack doesn't have, can you get out of there? The most time to do stuff like this, and Jack is the one who has to deal with it a lot, because people like delivery drivers normally only knock on the door when I'm at the gym. So he alerts to knocking on the gym, to even if he hears somebody coming down the path, he will start barking. Barking's such a weird one with Oakley. Like, he never used to bark at anything until we moved here. It was very, very strange. I think it was the type of thing that he was never around dogs that barked at Holywell. Like, he was never around any kind of barking, because our neighbours' dogs didn't bark Well, that's not true actually. The pugs downstairs barked, but he didn't really hear them. But our neighbours, we're basically like in a terrace street. Like there's a lot of houses. Like if we go in the back garden, there's our terrace and then there's a row of terraces like right behind us. And anyone who has a dog, pretty much their dog barks. And I think it was the type of thing where when he started going out on a night time, those dogs would bark at him. And then he started barking back, and now he knows how to bark. He knows that he's got that voice. He barks at everything. Hang on, because that must be so annoying for you guys. So it started with just barking back at the other dogs, and then he started barking at the door knocking, people coming up to the door, other stuff, and I don't like it. I'm all right with him doing it if he senses someone's there, because it's nice as a safety thing. Like when Jack's at the gym or something and he does it, I'm a bit like, okay. But it's not great when it's like a delivery driver. I want him, the thing that we're going to train him to do instead is to go to his crate. That's what I've started doing, but it's the type of thing where I haven't done it regularly enough for him to get it in his head. If in one training session he smashes it, like he gets it done within the one training session, but I'm just rubbish with remembering to do it every single day. So I want to do some of that today. I actually might do some perch training today, which is where I get him to like put his front paws up onto something, because there's a few times when we're sitting in the kitchen where I want him to like just perch up on me, but I don't want him to like fully jump on me, and he doesn't understand the difference. So I want to put a command to that. But they're just some things that I think I want to do today. I am currently watching Romeo and Juliet. That's what I was doing to wake myself up. I still have my energy drink. I think I'm just going to look at some YouTube stuff at the minute. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to, I don't know, I'm going through this phase of my life, this chapter of my life where I'm trying to get better at recognizing the things that I like to do, because that is something that I very much struggle with my autism. That's the first time I've said it like within a video that I can tell you guys, but that is something that I struggle with, where I have no idea what I like. I doubt absolutely every single thing in my life. Even things whether I like love Jack, I doubt everything. So I do love Jack, please don't worry. But hobbies and stuff, I haven't got a clue what I actually like doing. Every hobby that I've had, I've turned into a job. So I'm trying to go through this, I'm trying to like start this phase of my life where I'm doing things that I enjoy and not second guessing it, and not being like, well, is this productive? And putting like that pressure on myself, because that's what I've done my entire life. My entire life, that's all I've done. And even when I was in school, I would do this, apart from when I was playing with friends. But I'm trying to do this. I've done it with Skyrim, which you guys might have seen in other videos, where I'm like, no, I like playing on it, so I'm going on it and trying not to think about I'm not being productive. Right now, I'm sitting watching Romeo and Juliet. I'm catching up on social media on my phone. If I feel like I have the space to be productive, I will. But this is a whole other thing as to whether my brain can handle it. I'll not go into it now because I haven't planned what other autistic themed videos I'm going to do. And I don't know whether I'm going to like overlap in things. So I'll not talk about that now. I will at some point, but just not right now. But I'm not sure whether I'm in a space to be productive right now. So I think I'll sit for a little bit longer. I've been a bit productive with doing his food. But yeah, that's currently what's going on. And I shall catch up with you later on. I got distracted. I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. So I checked my emails, I checked something else, and then I was looking through my channel, because every now and again I like to look at my uploads sort of by most popular, just to see how the big videos are doing, like my Gymshark video and the Lanzarote hotel tour video. I like to see where they're at. And I was going down and I got distracted and I saw a Uni of York one, and I was like, oh, I'll watch it. I have so much like unresolved stuff towards Uni of York stuff, because if you are new, I was a 2020 graduate, so I lost the second half of my third year, so I didn't really get to say goodbye to uni. So there was that side of things. I'm so sorry, I'm looking such a mess. Anyway, I have that side of things, so when I see or watch Uni of York stuff, I just have a lot of like unresolved feelings. And then I was just looking at my body, and I'm going to talk about my BD eating disorder stuff here, so if you want to skip ahead, I'll put on screen now where to skip ahead to if you don't want to listen to it. I'm watching the opening my exam results video, not fully watching, I'm just like skipping through, because this is on like 601 views, so I was just looking at it. And there's a workout montage at the beginning of the video, and I'm just like, what? I was so skinny, like I was so skinny. And then I was just skipping forward because I was like, what else is in this video? And I've done it, there's a section in this video of me updating about the start of my eating disorder. I didn't call it that then, I didn't know that's what that was, but me doing an update on my body image and showing my body, which makes no sense, but showing my body and saying I'm not very happy with how I look at the minute. And at the time that was because I was so big. Like, my BD is it's very prevalent, right? It's like, it is I don't know, I always struggle with saying that I have body dysmorphia, because I'm like, I don't, like, I'm obviously seeing my body for how it looks, and then I think back to how I saw my body at the time, and then look back at clips, and I wasn't seeing my body for how it actually looked. Like, I'm literally like showing my tummy, and I've got like abs and I'm like, I'm not okay with how I look at the minute. And at that time it was like, because I've got fat on me, and it's like, oh my god, I don't know, I feel so bad on so many levels, because I feel so bad that I was putting that out into the world, being like, oh, you know, I feel really big. And I was like a size 6 or a size, well, I think at that time I was a size 6, and I feel awful for putting that out on the internet. And I've like the 1300 day of eating's still up, because I've kept that up because that was from my ED time. Please don't eat 1300 calories. I've kept that up because it's actually getting a lot of views, and I've kept it up to hopefully signpost people to my, I have like a video literally called please don't eat 1300 calories, and like for the entire time of that video I have it like up on the thing, and even in the title I have please watch the video in the description box, and I have like a huge, I don't know if it is a huge paragraph actually, but in that 1300 calories video I have a paragraph saying please don't do this. I've only left this up for the hope that people will be like, right, I'm gonna eat 1300 calories and go to, and then find my video and then see there's a video saying please don't do this, rather than just taking it down and then they're not seeing the please don't eat the calories video, if that makes sense. So like that's up, and I feel bad that that's there. I feel bad that I was like that. But then I also feel really, really sorry for myself that I gave myself such a hard time, and it like literally filled up my entire brain. Like this is all I thought about. Uni came secondary, and I do think this is down to autism, but I'll talk about that another time. But my autism definitely not triggered my eating disorder, but made things go down that path. And literally, like, uni came secondary to me trying to eat the way I ate and my training and stuff like that, and I just feel so bad for myself. And then looking at me, and I'm just like, God, I didn't even see myself for what that was. Like, I'll never be that size again. And I didn't even, like, not appreciate it, because there's nothing good about being skinny, but just like, I didn't even recognize what I'd done. And oh God, it's just awful. It was awful. And it's just, every time I think I've gone down a path, which is it's a good thing. I've went from like looking longingly at these photos, because this used to happen. This is probably the first time, but I right, let's start again. I went from looking back on purpose at the pictures of how I looked back then and the videos of how I looked back then, and feeling longing towards that and feeling like that's how I want to look and that's how I want to be, to then I forced myself to not do it. Like, I'd have to like recognize when I was doing it, because I do this, I've mentioned it before, I like going back on my YouTube and seeing what I like going back on my Instagram. I like looking down. I do use these as kind of like, I don't know, like photo books, memories, and that's fine. But then I'd have to force myself to recognize when I was doing it in an unhealthy way, when I then got into the spiral of looking at myself and how skinny I was. So I've went to that, and then like this is the first time, or one of the first times, where I'm looking and I'm just like, God, I feel awful. Like, I feel so bad for myself. And I don't know, I do feel proud of myself though, because like this is like, I don't have any longing anymore, because I'm just like, I'm not that bothered about looking that way anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I'm quite happy with how I look at the minute, apart from I'd like some more muscle, but we're getting there. But it's not like an unhealthy, like I hate how I look. I just, it's so sad. It's so sad. So I'm sad that I'm not at uni anymore. I'm sad about that time in my life because I didn't get to say goodbye, I didn't get closure. And I'm sad that I was that skinny and then hating on my body. I mean, it's got nothing to do with how skinny you are. It's got nothing to do with how your body actually looks. But I just feel so, oh, it's awful. Anyway, I'm not in like a bad mood. I'm not coming on here to be like, I put myself in a sad mood. I haven't. But I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it because I think stuff like that shows how prevalent the BD was. Like, it's still quite bad, but it's not that bad. Anyway, I think I'm gonna force myself and stopping and doing it and go and look at analytics or something instead, and finish watching Romeo and Juliet. I have just sat down with my lunch. I have some fish, eggs, little salady bits, and some some crisps that want to attack me. I have been, don't know what fell on my face there. I did my weekly goals. Again, I'm sorry Oakley's crying. He actually isn't crying that much off camera. It's just when I'm talking to no one, he doesn't like it. I have done my weekly goals because I'm trying to get on top of that. Like, I'm trying to make some weekly goals because I've got my yearly goals and then that's it. I don't do monthly ones, so I'm trying to get into the habit of doing weekly ones. So I've done that today. I went through some Gymshark bits. I'm thinking about doing another Gymshark haul because I haven't done one in a while, so I had a look at that. Now I'm gonna have my lunch and we'll do some work afterwards. Plan now is, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. He's literally just woke up, so if he cries, he's been asleep the entire time. Anyway, I don't know what to do because I need to film a video, but I need to wash my hair, and washing my hair is a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and I just don't feel up for it today, so I don't think I'm going to do the video because I really do want to wash my hair and have it clean for it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit some photos, and whilst I'm doing that, I'll do knocking training because I want to do it like sporadically, if that makes sense. Like, I want to do it like when he's not expecting it. I can do it on my computer table. I still have the same setup as what I did for COVID because I've started playing Skyrim on my computer, and the thought of playing Skyrim on my desk chair takes the appeal away from it. So I'm still here. It looks ridiculous, but this is where we're at. So I can knock on that and it sounds like the door, and then seeing how he does, then I'll do the association. I'll probably do it this. He's gonna bark when I do it with this, but I think he's gonna be fine as long as I can get him to go into his crate. That's what I want. He's gonna cry. This is the thing. He will cry and cry and cry because he doesn't want to do it. I'll see if I can catch it on camera when he's doing it. It might be on my phone, so he like right now he's staring at me, so he knows something's happening. I'll show you it on my phone, but he cries because he doesn't want to go to his crib, but he goes. He's just a very, very vocal dog. It's very, very strange, but he's a very, very vocal dog. But he will do it, but I'm going to do it whilst I'm editing photos, so it's not like he knows what's happening over and over again. So that's what I'm going to do. I like having the TV on when I'm editing photos because it doesn't take enough mental stimulation for me to just be editing the photos. I have to have something else on, and like podcasts don't really do it for me for some reason, and then music definitely doesn't do it. So I normally watch something, and this is normally when I stick a documentary on because I don't like sitting down and watching documentaries. So yeah, I think that's what the plan is now. I also think I'm going to give him a lettuce to rip up because he hasn't had his walk this morning. Jack normally takes him on a long line walk in the morning, and I do a walk on the evening. And I don't want to get him out of his routine with his walk and things, so I'm going to give him a lettuce because he hasn't had that big runabout, so he can do some shredding enrichment. But I'll do that after the knocking training. I've literally just finished that clip, and I'm going to do it now because I need to go for a wee. Right, I was going to say he's standing at the door, so he might not do it as much. He's under the puffy, which is even better because he won't see me doing the knock. So I'll show you what he does. Right, I just did it and he saw me doing it. So I don't think it's gonna work. Crate. Good boy. Right, that didn't go as well because he saw me do the first one. So I'm gonna treat it like what I would if someone was actually at the door. I've put him in his crate. I'm gonna go wee. I think I'll just pretend to like do like something with the door. But yeah, it didn't go as well. I'll try and get him to do it properly. Like, so you can see what I mean, because that was a terrible, terrible example. I have been editing for a while. I've been doing masking on Lightroom, so my eyes are just like, what's going on? Because I've been like so focused into the mask. I haven't been able to do any of the knocking because he saw me do it. So every time I've done it, he's just like, what are you doing? I think I might try and do a few with the door. And then I'm going to give him his lettuce. I've changed my mind, I was just going to give him his lettuce, but let's go do some stuff with the door. I'll show you what I'm doing. Right, it's going to be very difficult to show you all of it because obviously the door is in a different place to his crate. So I'll show you what we do and I'll talk you through what I'm doing. So let's get you on the phone so you can see him. I'm going to not bother getting him in a specific position, but I mean you can see him. So I'd literally just go crate. So he alerted, he's currently eating a treat, but basically when I knocked on the door he kind of alerted to it, so he like tilted his head. So as soon as I did the knock I told him crate. Okay, okay. And you can tell he thinks that there's someone at the door because he's excited. So I want him to basically, yeah, no one's there, you're okay. When he hears that noise, I want him to think, right, that means crate. So that's what we're building. I need to get treats. He gets a treat when he gets in the crate. Not when he hears it, not when he starts moving, he gets it when he's in the crate. So I'm gonna do it again because he definitely thinks that somebody's at the door. So I need some treats first, hang on. I'm gonna very quickly check that there's no one out there because I heard a door and I don't want people to think that I'm asking for help. Yes, that's a good training as well because Oakley's trained to not go out the front door unless he's told to. Great. So as soon as he gets to his crate, he gets his trigger, he gets his like trigger word, his association word, whatever you want to call it, which is why yes. Sick of getting these, honestly. Look how many we've got. Like, I swear we get one at least once a week. Okay, I'm gonna do it quickly this time. Great. He saw me knocking that one. Even though this won't stop him from barking at unexpected ones, because obviously he can see me doing it, he knows that I'm standing by the door, it'll help him get used to the noise and not being like, the hell is that? So it's just desensitization as well at the same point. I'm not going to do this loads because like I say, he knows it's me, so it's not completely redundant, but It's not as optimum as I would like. I would like, the best way to do it would be have Jack at the door and then doing it. We normally do it, okay, we normally do it where if one of us is out, we try and do it, but sometimes that's a bit difficult. Hi, I know you know you're training now, don't you? Great. Hey, I know I'm in your spot. I'm in your spot. I'm in your spot, I know. No. Go on then. Okay. He's waiting for me to do it now, so I'm probably only going to do one more. Great. Catch him off guard. So now I'm going to get his lettuce. What we do is, like I say, this is probably, we only do this once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. I'm fine with it. We get an iceberg lettuce, and basically he's allowed to just rip it and shred it. Obviously he's excited, he knows what it is. Obviously it's an absolute mess, but dogs are meant to rip and shred. That's kind of one of their instincts that is like ingrained into them. So this allows him to do it without doing it with one of his toys and absolutely messing it up. And obviously with lettuces as well, if he eats them, he's fine. It's just a nice healthy snack. He normally, he doesn't he normally doesn't shake it or anything, so it's not getting any of those instincts out, but he does like to rip it all up, and then he likes to nibble on it. He doesn't actually eat a lot of it. He normally just likes ripping it and eating the bits that he's ripping, but he doesn't just then like sit and eat it all night. This doesn't take him that long, unfortunately. Hang on, let's close this. This doesn't take him that long. He normally gets through this in like 10 minutes, and it is a bit of a nightmare to clean. If you are going to do this, I'd recommend doing it on like hard surfaces rather than the carpet. I think they get, me and Jack have conflicting views. I think it's easier to clean it off the hard surfaces, so like we have like, I think it's just laminate flooring, but Jack thinks it's easier to clean off the carpet. I think it's easier on hardwood because then you can just sweep it up and then hoover it, whereas the carpet you kind of got to get in and do it. So I'd recommend doing a hardwood, but maybe Jack's right. So if you guys have seen our living room before, I normally do it here in the middle of like the library area. Yeah, he knows what he's doing because he normally just keeps it there, but recently, the other day when I did this, he actually brought it to his bed, which was great. I'm not gonna let him do that this time, but this is what he'll be doing. I'll show you how he reacts with it. Okay. See, he just rips it. There you go. So it's not like mentally like, it's not mentally difficult, but it's mentally stimulating. So we tend to keep it for days where he hasn't had like his usual 2 bits of energy, like expenditure. Obviously the training takes out of him, but it's quite easy training for him. So yeah, he'll have his lettuce and then we'll go for a walk, probably just like at like 6ish. It's 4:30 now, and I'm gonna go back to doing some editing. Another thing I want to say is just thank you so much to everybody who has been so lovely on my autism video. I'm very happy at like how many people are watching it. It's doing well in terms of views, and then it's been really nice in terms of thumbs up. It's been lovely. Everyone who has commented, it means so much. Like it really means a lot. Like every time I'm getting a comment, I'm just so happy and excited. So just thank you to everybody that's commented, watched it, liked it. Honestly, it means a lot. So I just wanted to say thank you. I think Jack is about to come in, so I might be able to catch his actual reaction to someone knocking on the door first, because I've asked Jack to knock when he comes in. I couldn't tell if Oakley was like alerting to me talking to the camera or to Jack. He normally can hear when like Jack is shutting the car door and stuff. So we will see if I can get his reaction. Crate? Crate? Yeah, the lettuce is all over the floor, I know. That was a bark. He actually even barked when he heard the gate there, so not great.
Hello.
Hello. Why have you got a monitor?
So I brought home from work.
You don't use them?
And I might use them off at home. I got you this surprise.
Oh! Oh my god, really? No
Yeah.
way. Christmas?
Yeah. Cadbury's Pods.
It's not even been Halloween.
Oh no. Crazy.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, Jack is back. Your hair's a bit of a mess.
Wasn't letting us my toes.
We've just had cake and now we're gonna go take Oakley for his walk. I'm gonna do a long line because he obviously has some energy that he needs to just get out, and I don't think he'll do well on an actual walk. If this wobbles, it's because he's came up and he's gonna nudge the tripod. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go take him on a walk. I had a fit change because I got very, very warm. This computer heats this room like nothing else. It's insane.
I also got changed because I spilled soy sauce on my jeans.
Jack ate sushi at work and made a mess.
So when I opened the packet, I just went, oh, because it was a rubbish packet. I was being really gentle, and then it just like all of a sudden it just went, and it just went everywhere. I was even trying to be careful over the table, but it splashed.
Feels like an Adam thing
Does,
from
yeah.
Sex Education. Right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, food time again. We are in the kitchen. I'm making my meal. Jack's waiting to make his meal because it takes a little bit longer. Shorter. Mine takes longer. I'm a little bit overloaded. I'm very, very tired. Oakley is about to have his tea. We are doing it for more separation anxiety. It's kind of the first day that we're going to do it, like all of it. So for his tea, we're going to go put him in the living room and shut the door on him. We're still here. You'll be able to hear us, so it shouldn't be a problem. But we just want him getting used to being in that room with the door shut. So he's going to have his puzzle ball. I didn't have it with me this morning, so this is it. It's a Kong one. It's got 2 holes there, a hole there. And Jack puts two protein scoops in there with it, like not full of stuff, like literally just the protein scoops in there, because then it like blocks the hole a little bit. Without anything in, it's very, very easy with his kibble because the holes are like, they're quite big and his kibble is very, very small, so this just makes it a little bit harder. So whilst we're cooking and sorting food, Jack's gonna go put him in there. That's what's happening with him, and we are going to have some tea. Okay, food is done. Jack is getting teriyaki off my sleeve. Oakley did well. He keeps zoning out. What did he do?
He did his ball with his food.
But how did he do after?
Well, after him, he did well.
He went in his crate. He did very well.
He just waited on him, didn't he?
He did. He did. I just went in and got my water, so like didn't make it obvious that I was coming in to like let him out. I have my Don Brewery meal that I had in the Day of Eating video that went out a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And Jack is having meatballs.
Mine was pathetic.
I'm sorry. I claimed a pan, so Jack's just literally having meatballs and a bagel. They look yummy though.
Yeah.
We are gonna go and watch Fringe because we are well, I'm rewatching Fringe. Jack's watching Fringe for the first time. We've just started season 3. I very much enjoy Fringe, so I'm very...
4 now?
No, we're on 3.
Right, okay.
They're very long seasons. I very much enjoy it, so I'm very, very glad Jack is watching it. It's taken me like 6 years of convincing him to get him to watch it, but he's watching it. I keep crying at Walter. If you haven't watched it, it's on Now TV. It's a very good series. I like it. You're gonna break the pan. I very much enjoy it. It's very supernatural vibes, right?
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's
especially this past season.
Yeah, I described it to Jack as a sciencey supernatural. It's so if you know Supernatural, in one episode that happened yesterday that we watched last night, it had a setup of a like Supernatural where it's like, I don't know, you go to someone you haven't seen before and they're in a bar and they're like looking up the bar and then you see someone and then they like disappear. It had that for the setup, so that felt very supernaturally. And then it had, what's this angel called?
Balthazar.
Balthazar was in it, so that felt very supernatural. And then they were like coming onto a bridge and I was like, that's the bridge from Supernatural. If you've seen it all the way to the end, you know which bridge I mean. I was like, I swear that's the bridge from the final scene. And I was like, it is. And Jack researched it and it was. I was buzzing. So last night's episode felt very, very supernatural.
It was filled with like lots of chases through the woods and hotels and stuff.
And it was like a mystery and they were trying to solve it in one episode. It's very good. I would very much recommend Fringe. But anyway, we're gonna go watch that. I'm gonna finish this video off here because the lighting is not good in the living room. We're literally just gonna watch Fringe. I might ask Jack to play with my hair and that'll be it really, won't it? So not much more to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you do enjoy these videos, can you please comment and let me know? I know I say that every time, but specifically for this one, if you enjoy these vlogs, please let me know, because now that I've filmed another one, I'm just a bit like, does anybody care? Does anybody like seeing these? So please let me know, or if you want to see other content, just be like, yeah, I want to see other stuff. I don't want to see a boring day at home. But if you did, please let me know. Like the episode. It's because I'm talking about Supernatural and Fringe. Like the video and subscribe if you are new. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go eat my tea. Thank you so much for watching and I shall hopefully see you in another video. Bye.